Yes, yes, yes. The boys are back. You are now tuned in to Knock 'em Out the Box, episode 154. My name.
Ciento. Oh,
No.
it jumped the gun.
Please, you did a little bit. Go ahead.
154. And
And
sap.
Sap.
Sorry.
My name is Vinnie Paz. I'm here with my co-host with the co-most, the Mr. Majestic Left, Right, Left Kid. Also joining us is Billy Bindle Sticks or Bill Yuns. We don't know yet. Some action's going on.
I don't know.
Hello, everyone.
Shu Shu action, some Xander Zayas action. There's some action all over the place. 154. B, what up? How are you, my friend?
Good, man. I'm good. A little hot today.
Heat wave where we're at, guys. I don't know. I hope you guys are a little bit cooler than us. We're in the midst of what, the third heat wave of the summer on the East Coast.
Yep.
We both
End of July, we're getting into dog days of summer, as they call it.
Brando saw it on his computer, air quality alert, bottom left of mine, air quality alert in effect. Yo, my computer's like, yo, in effect, cat.
This shit is the air quality's in effect, son. It
says
says air quality. It doesn't say
right.
It just says air quality in effect. Right. What the fuck does that mean?
Mine says air quality alert. Whoa, it just changed as we were talking to heat advisory in effect. And there's a number 3 there. So is that like you have 3 hours to
out of 5
or 3?
We're on a scale of like you know what I'm saying? Heat advisory 3.
It's a little. Conditioners are doing nothing to anyone. Everyone's still hot with the airs pumping.
What do you get on you get about a 20-degree differential. So if it's
that's supposed to be what it is, right? Yeah. So you're sleeping in 80-degree heat, which is not normal.
No.
And then when it drops overnight and it says 78, get out of here. It still feels like 10,000.
I gotta have it cooler than that. 78.
My guy, it's got to be freezing for me.
How you like it, Bill Yuns?
He jumps right in that. He jumps that pill though in the back.
You don't.
I take a little dip. Take a little dip
at night.
Really, have you ever lost your mind from the heat and just done it out of heat, or no? Is that not a thing?
Well, usually I'm like the putt's clean in the pool in the morning so that the kids can use it, and then I get all hot in the morning and I just like jump in my underwear.
Okay. Yeah, because as I told you guys, my aunt who lived in Jersey had a pool, but I wasn't there enough to know to be like, yo, it's mad hot. You know,
I never had a pool.
You run hot. Some people would say that. I just run hot. Where I'll be like, yo, are y'all hot? And everyone's like, got a sweatshirt on.
Yeah, sharing a room with you on tour, it was like, be prepared for icicles to be dripping off your nose.
Get extra blankets.
Mm-hmm. I once
call down the front
everyone
room.
out, Brendo. It was like 03 on an early tour where like we weren't just bunking, we were bunking like 3 or 4 to them. Not making money.
I was like sleeping on the floor.
He was, bro. You know how the air condition and heat the number stops at some point. You go, it doesn't go. Bro, we were in Houston and it wouldn't stop. It let me go to 50. And
our amps go to 11.
Yeah, these go to 11. So I took him down to 50 and Planet and Boff woke up and almost tapped. They were both sick.
You got him sick?
Yeah, legit sick, like going to the store to get medicine.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
She went below 60, babe. She kept dropping.
Woo! A little chilly.
I was like, oh yeah, oh baby.
Oh, that's the jailbroken air conditioner.
Yes, it is. It is. It's like the stick.
No, I'm good. I'm good. It's the AC sits around anywhere between 68 and 70. I'm good. If it's like 70 and a half, I like jump up and turn that shit down. Like, yo, what's going on here?
That's very normal. That's a normal Dago temperature. I'm going as low as the machine will go.
That's
my bedroom unit goes to 60. 60, Jack.
And it stays on that?
Yes.
I got central. I don't really like central. I don't like it. I liked having different. I want to get the splits.
When they put in a new thing for the heater, because of the vents, they said, because this house is very old, they said, do you now want central air? Because it was all window units.
Right.
And I snubbed it. And I was like, window units.
Yeah, you don't get it upstairs as
everyone that has it is like, yo, there's this one room. Or
It doesn't.
the attic or the basement or So we had to put a window. I'm like, then I'm not doing it then.
Right. Yeah, it's not 100. It's not perfectly balanced.
That's what I hear. Now
You got to have enough air to go into it as it does to put out. So like you also got to like leave all the doors open all the time and shit.
all
And
right.
remember, like
So
like I grew up, like how I grew up, we used to toss
close
a
the
sheet,
door.
toss a sheet.
The
We'd
sheet.
hang a sheet between the rooms so that you only get it in one room and not the other room.
Cold, so
Don't go in that fucking room because it's gonna be hot in there.
Don't leave that sheet down or open that door.
If you move that fucking sheet,
yeah,
right?
I'm gonna fucking break your fucking head.
Mm-hmm. It was the bed sheet, right?
Yep.
Folded twice so it was thicker, and mom's had nails into the top of the like the door jamb.
Yeah.
If you move that sheet, yo.
We got the thick plastic, John. Did you ever see them?
Oh, like when you're going into the meat locker?
Yes, the meat locker quality plastic.
Yeah.
That was the instead of
the divider?
Yeah, from Rosati's water ice.
The partition.
Yeah, the partition.
Yeah. All right,
well,
enough AC talk.
First and foremost, rest in peace, Dwight Muhammad Qawi, the Camden Buzzsaw. Look, look, there's not many stories of someone turning their life around. There's a guy that was doing real time, got out of prison and became 2-division world champion, was the real lineal guy at light heavyweight.
Beat Philly's own Miracle
Matthew Saad Muhammad, was in tons of fights. The fight with Holyfield is legendary.
Yep. Leon Spinks, he lost to Michael Speaks, beat up Leon Spinks.
What a goon.
Every 5'6". Yo, I was talking with our friend of the show, Tommy the Razor Raynon today, and we was just talking about Qawi, and we brought up the head movement. Just A, trying to hit a guy like that, and B, a guy like him, you know, sometimes you talk about like a guy in the ring or a guy out on the street.
Yeah.
That's a guy in the street. Nah.
No.
Them little like short stack.
Yeah, man. And you're from Camden? I'm good.
Right. He's 5'6" wide, as 5'6" tall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
very
just
much that smoking Burt type guy. He better,
better, yeah.
But I mean, Burt was no joke to be around in person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, I knew him and who he was, and I was friends with Burt. But if you didn't, you'd be like, I'm not fucking around with that guy.
Right.
And Burt didn't look like a heavyweight. He just looked not to be fucked with. Same with Dwight.
Yeah. Qawi always looks like the one bouncer at the club or venue.
It's not the huge dude.
Stands off to the side.
Yeah, so you're like, he's the real cleanup man.
Yeah, that's
the
dude,
cleaner.
That's the cleanup guy, right
that's
there.
Who comes in when there's a fucking menace who can't be calmed by the other guys.
Puts you in that yoke and you go to sleep. But yeah, rest in peace to him. Hey guys, if you want to watch some boxing, that's always fun. Watch Dwight Muhammad Qawi. Watch him
before he reverted. Dwight Braxton, guys.
So it depends on what you Google.
Asked, right, you've written it a couple of times and asked B and I, who's out there that I might not know about. This is a great name, and now that he's passed away, it's sad that this is why we're telling you.
There was really a great group of guys outside of the Four Kings in the '80s that sort of got outshined, and outside of the Four Kings, then you had like the Four Kings adjacent.
And a lot of them were from this part of the country, the East Coast, Philly, Jersey, New York, all those guys who weren't the Four Kings, even going into, into parts of New England, but primarily where B and I are at, those dudes they went to war in the gym too. So these guys were just beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
And they were just overshadowed by the greatness of
and then of course Kings. Tyson cast a shadow.
Comes in 85, 86 and just cast a shadow of all those guys. Who again we've talked about. Mike McCallum, McCrory.
This is Yep. These are guys you can go and the fights are there on YouTube, which is a great tool. But really check out Dwight Qawi because he's also one of those guys at like 20, 28, 29, 30 who looked like he was, the joke is the previous generation always looked so older.
Yeah.
He was,
He had the Greg Oden. Greg Oden came out of college and looked 48.
He has the receding hairline, the full beard. He looks like he just dropped his kids off at practice, and he's going to get a sandwich at the deli while he's got to go pick up his other kid.
No, he looks 45 years old in his 20s and the 80s.
But he's got the just a mustache look. Man, rest in peace. Now again, I'm a little young for his prime. To really, but he was really.
That's a little bit of a shot at me, but all right. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, he fought Muhammad in '83, right? So that Matthew Saad Muhammad in '83.
Was that early?
Yeah, so that's a little young that's a little older for us,
Yeah.
We sort of caught him. I was still a little kid. You were still just above a little kid when he fought Holyfield. You know what I mean? So that was like 88, 87. And again, this is,
I think, 88.
Prime Mike Tyson. Holyfield really wasn't even a blip yet in terms of, it was just kind of rumblings of Holyfield maybe moving up.
He might have been still more known from being on that 84 team at that point than for being a pro. At that point, guys.
At that point, right. So, guys, go give him a go. Go do a fun. He's just so much fun to watch.
He is.
Really like a good time, but unfortunately, this sport is very unforgiving. And from what I understand, he was in an assisted living facility.
He was,
and he had dementia, and that's what ended up getting him. 72 years old, way too young as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely, especially with life expectancy now and all that stuff.
And a guy who he made it out of a life that probably would have ended much sooner.
Absolutely.
And after retirement, went back to the community and helped.
Yep.
So rest in peace.
To do time and then become a lineal champion is a pretty great story. So rest in peace, champ.
And that Camden, Philly area, to be a fly on the wall at Kawi, Saad Muhammad must have been amazing.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Camden versus Philly.
Yeah, man. Also, because you can see Camden from Philly, like a lot of those dudes are accepted as Philly fighters, and some people call them that. Like I know people that are like Philly guy. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he did. I'm just saying, even with some of the
it's like it's right across the whatchamacallit. What's the body of water?
Schuylkill.
Yeah, it's right. You're in one and then you're in the other. So it's
there's a lot of people that will claim those guys from there as Philly fighters, or just because they fought there all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's who just beat the Davis brother. I really like him, and Nair Albright. Like, Philly claims him, you know what I mean? But he's
from Camden?
He's from Jersey. Not Camden, but like he's over
South
one
Jersey.
of the bridges. Yeah, over the other bridge. But the Ben Franklin Bridge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right there. That's the one I cross when I come in.
Whatever that one is, one of those towns. Like that's where Nair Albright is. But he's just like a Philly trained guy, and then the style.
Right.
So while he's getting all his sparring here, you think of, oh no, we're calling him a Philly fighter because of like his style and his attitude in the ring. Not that we're claiming he was born in West Philly or something.
Right. Okay.
So this is going to be a little potentially long-winded because this is something you really bring to the show, your views on these type of things. Congress preparing to gut this Ali Act, which is just real low-life scumbag shit. I want to explain something here, guys. The stuff I'm reading is from SB Nation, Bad Left Hook.
Okay.
So when I'm reading this stuff, this person, it's an opinion piece, meaning this isn't just data. Okay. So if I seem to shit on someone, I'm reading a piece by Patrick Stumberg. Shout out to Rennie from Starkweather for saying, "What the fuck, man? Did you see this shit?" And I said, "Yeah, but I didn't read the full thing yet." Then I saw Eddie Hearn talking about it, but Rennie from Starkweather sent me this article. So again, like I said, what is that called, B? It's not
an op-ed.
It is an op-ed?
Mm-hmm.
I thought
an editorial.
I
thought
an editorial
piece
was sort of a response to an existing one.
You're smarter than I am, so
I'm not though. Okay, so this is SB Nation Bad Left Hook. The writer is Patrick Stumberg. Shout out Patrick for we're crediting you. The article is called "Congress Prepares to Gut Ali Act. Boxing Media Falls in Line." So you already know this guy is not happy. Patrick. Dana White and Turki Al-Sheikh are looking to export the former's predatory business model to boxing with congressional backing. So Patrick's not happy off rip. This is a little bit about Patrick Stumberg. He's a freelance writer for SB Nation, first joining the network in 2011 before linking up with Bad Hook in 2015. So he's been a sports writer for at least 14 years and writing for boxing at least a decade. So I'm going to read some stuff, B, and then you're going to react. If you want to cut me off, just tell me, hey, Vince, stop. And I want to react to that particular part.
Yeah, okay.
Months after Dana White and Turki Al-Sheikh revealed their desire to gut the Ali Act in order to import UFC's hideously exploitive practices into their new TKO boxing league, United States Representatives Brian Jack, Republican, and Sharice Davids, Democrat, have introduced the Muhammad Ali American Boxing Revival Act to implement those goals. Chris Mannix gave Jack a softball interview to try and manufacture consent, as did ESPN's Brett Okamoto and Sportico's Michael McCann. Mike Coppinger, who writes for Al-Sheikh's ideologically captured Ring magazine, likewise touted the bill's virtues while lying about the current rules regarding sanctioning bodies. I know and like Cop. So again, this is Patrick's. You know what I'm saying? This isn't the KEOTB view on these things. We'll give you ours, by the way. And it doesn't mean anyone's safe. I'm just saying these aren't our words yet, guys. B, keep going or no? Are you
keep going? Yeah, I'm following along with you now. I found the article.
Though gussied up with attractive sounding provisions like a guaranteed minimum payment of $150 per round for fighters, which 2 seconds of mental math reveal is a complete joke, the bill would allow for unified boxing organizations, UBOs, where new entities can offer fighters matchups and a structure that doesn't mandate they contend with the pay-to-play sanctioning body system. Now, here's what they're doing, B. This is my opinion, guys. This is no longer Patrick's. What they're doing, with what I just read to Brendan, is they're doing this under the guise of what B and I call for, which is a sanctioning body. Mm-hmm. They're doing dirty shit under the guise of that. Like, well, if we have a boxing, a sanctioning organ, one sanction, a national commission, they're trying. B and I call for that. I certainly do, and B usually backs me up. He has certain issues with it, but usually does. So they're trying to sell that. And then what this guy is talking about, Patrick, in this article is here's the small print.
Right.
That's what's going on so far in this article. This is, as even the most hagiographic pieces concede, a mirror of the UFC model, breaking down the barrier between promoters and sanctioning bodies. I am the last person alive who would claim the current setup is good or even functional on the best of days. But even the flimsy pretense of an independent ranking system is better than one entirely subject to the whims of oligarchs. This is, as has long been obvious, complete crap. Sean O'Malley just earned, in quotes, a rematch with Merab Valishvili by sitting on his ass while Valishvili dispatched the much more dangerous Umar Nurmagomedov. Are these UFC people or something?
Yes, I guess so.
Mavzar Evelev has won 9 straight in the octagon. There you go. And they tried to pit him against all risk, no reward wrecking machine Aaron Pico in the latter's UFC. So
he's explaining what is happening, that a popular fighter earned a rematch by not doing anything, while two less popular but arguably better fighters fought for O'Malley's. The guy Sean O'Malley he's going to get the winner and a rematch after this guy got softened up by someone else, basically based on the fact that he's just more popular.
Okay, I'm following you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So wrapping up, you're going to deal with a fire hose of disingenuous commentary on the bill's contents over the next couple of months. That's what I was talking about, where they'll sell you on this idea that we talk about, but like a national commission. But, Jack already gave the game away by claiming that the current structure of the Ali Act stifled investment and discouraged innovation. If this wording is familiar to you, it's because they're the bogus aphorisms legislators break out to justify acts and regulations meant to protect the environment or human health. They're using the same language because they use the same language they use to describe letting companies dump agricultural runoff and human waste directly into our water source.
Basically, we can't make money if we have to dispose of it the right way.
The right way.
So
if we do things the right way, we can't make shot all.
Right. So or as much as we want. We're still profitable.
Correct.
It's just disposing of it this way. It's much easier just to.
It's American greed at its finest. In closing, this is the last paragraph. Believe it or not, I would really rather not have to think or talk about politics in the context of people bludgeoning each other for fun and profit. But the thing about politics is that it tends to creep its way into everything, whether you like it or not. Take nothing you read at face value and make noise. Shout out Patrick Stumberg again for Bad Left Hook SB Nation. Go check him out. Follow him. Patrick Stumberg. Some good stuff there. B, talk to me.
Well, this is the kind of stuff that, like he said, if you're going to get oligarchs involved, they're just going to pay their way into doing this. He's warning, and his assumption and his prediction is that if you let oligarchs get involved, which Turki told us who he was, right? A couple months ago when he said, I'm going to crush every promotional entity out there.
Yeah, he bore at it. Big crush.
Yeah. I'm really focused on what he said, where they're saying like, let me explain something. Oftentimes, people try to feed you shit and tell you it's sugar, right?
Yes.
We're going to pay $150 a round. Stumberg says in the article, anybody who can do math for, half a minute or whatever he said, however he phrased it, realize that that's a load of shit. So what if there's a knockout? Do they not get paid the full 12 if it was supposed to get 12, right?
Because you're getting 150 clams a round, so you get 300 if it's a second round KO?
Right. If you don't perform, let's hypothetically say you suffer an injury this is where I get annoyed with business people and sports. Human beings are not robots, right? We have emotions, we have feelings, we're also not invincible. If a guy doesn't perform up to expectation, now you and I have sat here with these headphones on in front of these computer screens and we've called people quitters, we've done this, we've done that, okay? Fine. And it's obvious when that happens. Let's use an example, and I'm intentionally using this example.
Please.
Hamza Shiraz, Carlos Adames.
Yes.
At 160 pounds.
Yes.
Carlos Adames is a proven world champion.
Yes.
Hamza Shiraz was an unproven prospect dancing into contender status. Right? Hamza Shiraz suffers a hand injury and is likely fighting at a weight in a foreign country, very far from South London, okay, against a seasoned world champion. And the promoter, who we just named, didn't understand why he didn't perform better and was yelling at him. And you and I had a problem with it when it happened, that he was yelling what the scores were. He went to the scorer's table and was yelling at the guy he was rooting for to do better because there was a possibility he was losing on the cards, right?
When something happens to anyone, a celebrity, they say something wild and always going to get canceled. And because we're in the information age and everything moves quick, 3 days, people forget about it. That was forgotten about and swept.
What's crazy is he then doubled down on it, retweeted someone tweeting, I believe it was Brian Campbell.
Yeah.
And Turki retweeted it and was like, so what? You know what I mean? And it's like, well, that goes against all the norms of this sport.
Correct.
And we've also said
I know where you want to go. There's moral and ethical issues at hand.
Right.
And then there's actual rule. Can you pull up a thing that says that's
right?
You can't do that? No.
Right. So what I'm getting at is,
I'm with you.
What we're dealing with is now trying to phrase this where
I'm with you. When I say I'm with you,
all right. Here's how I'm going to phrase this. Look, billionaires and trillionaires, for the most part, they're going to do what's in their self-interest. That's how they became billionaires and trillionaires. Okay. So if Turki or Dana or this TKO, they want this thing to be successful.
WWE. Yeah.
They're going to do it no matter what the cost is, no matter what the risk for the fighters is, no matter what the interest for the fighters is, because at the end of the day, the interest is success. And that's it. The interest is success. So
at all costs.
At all costs. And the cost the lasting cost will, again, they're throwing money at it, so they're paying for it, right? But they don't want to pay these guys a ton of money. That's out. That was the loss leader as far as I'm concerned, because we're hearing very modest purses lately. That's the loss leader, to get huge cards, which we had for about 18 months. Now you're going to see the UFC model creep in, where those guys are paid inherently less than fighters and have been paid for years, inherently less than fighters. I've heard fighters say, no, we don't want a fight league because the competition is what breeds bigger paydays for us. We're risking our lives. If there's no competition in one platform to fight on, then we're stuck with the hand that's dealt to us. We have no negotiation power. We can't go anywhere. Again, to echo what you've been saying, you and I have called for a central commission. We agree that the current status of a four-belt system doesn't necessarily work in terms of bringing in viewership or, air quotes, reviving the sport or saving the sport. It's not something that's easy to follow. You have to be invested in it. You have to very follow closely. And before each show and during each show, you and I are frantically Googling to find out what belt this guy holds, or who are the belt holders. And we watch the goddamn fucking sport every weekend.
Yeah, more than the average bear.
More than the average bear. And I listen to other boxing podcasts, and we're not alone in that, where it's like, oh shit.
Brendo, I mean, this show is still going to be on the air when another fifth belt is going to start being recognized. I'm not going to predict which one.
Right.
But there's ones that were floating around that real guys had. Remember, G always had that IBO belt. Like, we didn't talk about it, but it always was. Bro, that was once the WBO.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real here, bro. The WBO was like, I'm not going to use the word. I was just going to say, I wasn't going to use the word laughed at, but it was laughed at.
It was laughed at. And then all of a sudden it crept its way in. All of a sudden
I was like, oh, I kind of see like a couple more legit guys kind of having that. And I still, and then without me ever making anything publicly known, it was probably before social media, not before the internet, but before social media. And I was like, yo, that's viewed as a legit now.
It's viewed as a legit four-belt now.
And I'm seeing every now and then, not every weekend, but every now and then, that IBO that G had. In other words, someone legit now, it might be Usyk, but that someone legit, a legit real top 3 to 5 heavyweight now has that IBO belt when they're around.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's a fifth belt yet. I'm just paving way for it. It might be 2028.
I'm very concerned that, look, man, one thing is for sure. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. There's always been, or at least more recently in the last 25, 30 years, a pay discrepancy between guys who are at the lower half of the top 25
Yeah.
and guys who are at the top half of the top 20. Okay. So 10-1 as opposed to 15-25. You're talking like hundreds of thousands per fight, right?
Oh yeah. You're talking about social climbing social scales of classes. You're talking classes.
If the UFC model is implemented in terms, the one thing I hold steady on this is that UFC started, and I'm using the comparison because of who's involved, and I'm using the comparison because of his last name is Sternberg.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll check again.
Okay, because of his article.
Patrick Stumberg.
Patrick Stumberg,
Stumberg.
I'm using his example of the UFC, right?
Yes.
Birthed the sport. Okay? UFC birthed the sport, right? Matchroom, Top Rank, Queensberry, I'm just naming like the big dogs, right?
Yeah.
And then the much smaller promotions, which which we had over. Of course, he passed away, but Goose and Tudor, even as low as like
Main Events, the Duvas,
right,
Duva, main event. I don't even know if they're still functioning.
They have like one fighter,
Vito Malnicki.
I forgot.
He was Bob.
It's with Bob. It's someone else.
Okay.
Main Events has like one fighter.
No,
it's Bakra Murtalazayev. They have that's their fighter. That's their guy.
You're right.
They have a world champion. So what I was going to say was boxing has existed in the shadows. People have tried to take over boxing. We've seen Rock Nation come in. We've seen this. We've seen that. No one's thrown this kind of money at it. But Eddie Hearn, when this whole "I'll crush you" thing he said, well, I'll just go back to doing 35 shows a year then. You know what I mean? Like the money the money in the boost from Turkey has been great. But I'll just go back to doing 35 shows a year.
Yeah. Well, there's always you mentioned the people, billionaires and trillionaires, and how they become that because their brains work different than you and my. When you say I will crush you and someone doesn't react the way you want them to, it's time to throw a tantrum. Eddie was not shook by that. Eddie's father did this.
Right.
Eddie's a really, I'm not getting into personal stuff. Like him, don't like him. I like Eddie, but some people don't. Some people over in the UK don't. I like Eddie, but forget that. All of these guys, Frank Warren, he's been doing this 100 years. He bought.
Even Oscar's now been a promoter for like 20 plus
25 years.
Right.
Bob Arum's got to be 100 years old at this point. He looks like a walking and talking corpse.
92. Right.
Yeah. Bob has been doing this since Prime Ali.
Right. Even Don King once in a while has a card.
Of course. And for a while he was running shit.
So what I was going to say,
rattle these
and what I was going to quickly hop on what you're saying. No, it's fine. Look at what Oscar. Let's use Golden Boy as an example.
Yeah.
Okay. Oscar has survived scandal.
Yeah.
Drugs.
Yeah.
His own fights and losses.
Yeah.
His fucking partner and matchmaker Richard Schaefer
leaving and going somewhere to the competition,
and he's never been as successful as he was with Oscar. Right?
Brendo. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So Oscar has now proven a survivor. Oscar ain't going nowhere. He's still got fighters. He still gets on, has big cards, has small. He does what Matchroom does.
That's what I was going to say to you about the 35 cards a year that Eddie said. Oscar's doing that studio that I love with 3,000 people, and the local kid sells it out. Guys, don't think that this sport exists on Monster Fights or the promoters exist on a Canelo Bud. When you go to a nice, solid card with a kid that's local and might be pretty good or is pretty good, and it's just, you know what I mean? A BAM card, the BAM card in Arizona or the BAM card in San Antonio is really what this sport is about. Is good fighters selling out 8,000 tickets.
And UFC was not worldwide. It was an American company.
Yeah.
It's become worldwide because martial arts are practiced throughout the world.
Globally, yeah.
Globally, right? But what I'm getting at is you have Tekken promotions in Japan.
Yeah.
You have, like I said, like the aforementioned Matchroom in Queensbury out of the UK.
Yeah.
You have, I mean, we can name Sauerland in Germany. There's cards everywhere. Argentina.
K2.
Argentina has the most boxing cards out of any other country in the world. 5 nights a week, there's boxing in Argentina, right? So what I'm saying is boxing will exist. So what's
I think thinking is a monolith is what Dana White and Turkey are doing, and they're overplaying that hand.
I think they are too, and I think what will happen is, again, if it starts to get revealed we talked about this, for the blue collar guy who's hovering around 30 years old and he's ranked 20th and he's mopping floors at Walmart at night, training during the day, hoping to get his shot. I think something like a TKO thing, and he signs a deal with them for, let's hypothetically say, $100,000, right? And he's that's what he's going to make that year. You know what I mean? Now, where that guy's sort of screwed is if he becomes a bigger entity, he's only going to make very little.
Yeah.
Relatively speaking. If he doesn't,
right. Relatively speaking is the important
if he
part.
doesn't, and he signs a 3-year deal for $100,000 a year, and he gets the training, he gets put up in, the housing that they have, and yada yada, then sure, it's great. I don't know how that works if it's like a fucking record deal where everything's a deductible.
But isn't that why we're analyzing this the way we are?
Well, but I'm saying so. But even in the last 3 years, what's popped up? And Turkey hates him. A pro box thing, right? Now Jake Paul is involved with MVP doing the pro box model, which is small card. Then of course Jake does a card that he's on and throws on Amanda and Katie
to build those guys.
Yeah. So you have Jake Paul, who's got a lot of money.
Yeah, and a huge
following, and he's really promoting boxing.
Correct.
You have Eddie doing small shows. You have Oscar doing small shows.
Yes.
Top Rank is without a home, so I'm sure they'll go back to grassroots. We could build this thing up and do it, based off of an app, based off of this, based off of that. Hop on with the zone. Who knows? What I'm saying is,
I think they're overplaying their hand.
I think so too.
And overestimating, I'm doing air quotes for those who can't see it, their power. I think they think we got shit on Smash, and I'm here to tell them, not that they listen to me or you don't.
No, boxing is the cockroach of sports. So you can come in and drop an atomic bomb on us, and we still live, thrive, and survive.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do. We operate in the shadows. We operate it. Our cards start at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
How many? What about ones that the main event comes on at 1:30?
1:30
to kill somebody,
right? And we're besides you, everyone's dying.
Yes.
What the fuck? Why is this on so late? But again, that's what boxing does.
But we will be at the Elks Lodge in Queens to watch fights. We will be.
Correct.
That doesn't happen anywhere else.
And I'm telling you right now, if you're gonna pay people $150 a round, like motherfuckers in boxing have. Yes, guys sign bad deals.
Yeah.
But ain't nobody doing that shit.
But B, that's why I wanted to just quickly, before we move on to the next bit of news, I wanted to say, when you talked about these are like record deals, and I just wanted to explain to people, let's say we take like someone like Lady Gaga, right? And I can't fathom what her net worth is, but I'm sure it's outlandish, right?
Yeah.
Her net worth is outlandish because of how popular she is. I'll bet you her deal is shit.
Is shit.
You know what I mean? But
she supersedes her deal. Yeah.
When you become bigger than when you transcend the thing that you are, like, let's call her like a dance artist. She's way bigger than dance. Jay-Z transcended rap to where white grandmoms are like, I know who he is. That when you get into that world, right? Where you're from a subculture, okay? And that dance shit is very East Coast centric rave drug music. and then you're the biggest pop star on earth. You transcended where you came from.
Right.
Jay's from the project and rapped like it and was on an indie, his own indie. They got a deal through Priority, and then he's these are, but it doesn't mean that any of these people, now, of course, Jay does because he owns it all. You know what I mean? But so he's a bad example, but someone, we'll just name anybody, a Dua Lipa, who I don't know who the girls like, if they're old enough to like any artist.
My kids?
Yeah, no. Like whoever the artists are, like
they actually do. They like what okay, God, it doesn't matter, but I don't
know. But I'm just saying, like, Dua Lipa is huge, right? Like, that girl's probably in a bad deal. But when you're so huge and you're getting jerked, you're like, oh, I'm getting 150K per show. The math says I should be getting 225 per show. So you're getting jerked on 75K of every show.
Right.
It's not that you don't care, but you're just such on another level that you're not watching the way you would as if you're getting $150 grinding it out on a punk tour.
Oh, and it'll come out in 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, or maybe 20. And be like, yo, she generated 300 million over this 15-year run, and she has $10 million. Right. And she's one bad move or investment away from being broke.
Right. And then it's like, boom, she does one tour on her own.
And you're back.
And you're back.
Yeah.
Like Taylor Swift's original deal sucked.
So and then she re-recorded everything.
Brilliant.
Everything she did, the way that girl moves, when people talk about not liking her, I'm like, don't ever talk about, I don't care about her music, but don't talk about how she moves, because that chick moves punk rock in terms of how she did her shit.
Everybody I know that's our age goes, yo, I want to bring my kid to that show because she's smart.
Yeah.
And I want them to follow. She makes who cares who she did? Like she does diss records, which are dope.
Yes.
She's a good songwriter, and she's smart.
Yes.
And she writes her own shit. Like, I don't have any problems with what that girl does. I have no heat for that girl.
I have no Tay heat.
I don't. I mean, I don't think you and me are rushing out to buy her records.
I mean, no, I ain't putting it on, but I mean,
But I'm saying, if you look at, like you said, you phrased it as punk rock. I phrased it as gangster rap. You know what I'm saying? Like,
of course, which is really the same thing.
Right. The way she did this shit, like, I'm like, when I heard she did that, I was like, nice.
Yeah, I mean, NWA is a punk group. Public Enemy is a punk group. Cypress Hill, punk group. You know what I mean? These are just people who did it their way and beat the system at their, you know what I mean?
And she beat the system.
She beat the system, and they're mad as shit. And someone will beat this system that they're trying to implement here.
Correct.
So guys, we talk about Pazzi picks. We got a Brendo, a Brendo banger here. Former unified welterweight champion Jaron Boots Ennis has signed a multi-year extension with Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing to build off of that. He will make his super welterweight debut in October in the U.S. I hope it's here in Philly. Matchroom has offered Josh Kelly the fight with Ennis. Brendo, take a bow. You called this
a couple months ago.
6 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago. Guys, if you're not familiar with Josh Kelly, to me, I'm probably going to get hate mail from our UK guys. To me, he's a Ryan Garcia of the UK. Looks
handsome guy,
bag and mitt work. It looks fake. It's so fast. I said, this guy's going to be put him in the ring, see what happens. He already has a loss.
Yeah.
And
now he's 31 now.
Right.
He's been around forever.
I'm curious for you to hear your reaction to this news bit, because guys, look, it's not
Avanesian knocked him out.
It really looks like it's gonna happen.
Stopped him.
Who did?
Avanesian.
Yeah, I said Avanesian is a fucking headache for this kid when they fought.
Yeah. It was right before we started doing the show.
All sizzle, little steak. To say no steak would just say he stinks, and I don't believe he stinks.
So let's see. In 4 years though, he's only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fights in 4 years.
Rarely fights. He's a 31-year-old prospect still. A name you would know that he's been in there with is who knocked him the fuck out, and that's Avanesian, who got packed up by Bud and then Boots.
The real Ray, new Ray Robinson
from Philly.
Yeah. who's 39. Shit.
Yeah, I know, man. I remember when he was like early 20s.
So I thought that's where they were going to go. Remember, we actually, if you guys listen back to that episode, we looked at the Matchroom roster.
We did.
And we said if he moves up, that's probably who he'll get. And we were right. I'm thinking Kelly takes the fight. He's 31. Eddie's probably going to give him. Eddie has not been fucking bashful or coy about what he's telling us, the public, what he's been offering.
No,
I'm offering this guy loads of money. And so we're talking like multiple millions of dollars he's offering people to fight Boots just to get Boots fights. We know for a fact that Boots took less money to fight Stanionis. Stanionis had a career high payday.
He did.
Stanionis didn't want the fight.
He didn't.
Boots had to relinquish, I think, $600,000 to $700,000 in money.
I heard 600,000.
Right.
If it's
that's a lot of fucking money, man.
It's a lot of money, man.
That's
more
a
than
lot
of $500,000. That's a nice single fight payday for someone. You know what I mean?
That would be life-changing money for someone like me.
Oh, of course.
You know,
of course,
I mean, I don't make a lot of money, so for me or someone
for anyone, Brendan, unless they're a fucking gazillionaire or living on another planet, $500K is a lot of money.
What do you think about what came out last week? Where the reason why I'm asking this is because I feel like people talk out of both sides of their mouths.
Okay.
And again, I'm an admitted Boots mark, right? I call myself a Bootsy, right? I go to all these fights. Boots said he wanted 2 tune-ups at 54. People balked at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Virgil Ortiz got 2 tune-ups at 54.
For the past 22 months.
And
I'm sorry.
All right, and blew weight on 2 of them. He didn't make 54. They made exceptions for him. You and I were saying he's never going to make 54, which of course he has. But it took him 2 fights to get comfortable at that weight. He fought Thomas fucking Delorme, whose best days were at 140 pounds, and who'd been knocked out by everybody in the top 5 that he fought. And Virgil knocked him out, and then he fought some other ham and egger, right?
All right. I'm already taking issue, but okay.
With what I'm saying?
Well, I can't take issue with the factual parts of what you're saying. I know where you're going with.
What I'm saying is, why is it okay for Virgil Ortiz to take, because of the Rabdo, that he was allowed to take 2 fights against fucking no one who deserved to be in a ring with him, blow weight?
Because we can't talk out of both sides of our mouths and keep saying we believe Boots is pound for pound. He's not on ours because we know better than to do that yet. But it is our view that his talent is pound for pound, and then go, but he needs 2 tune-ups there.
I'm not saying he needs to. What I'm saying is, why the problem with Boots asking for 2? To me, it's 100% fucking contrived because Ortiz got 2, and Ortiz seems to be treated with kid gloves, right? And I like Virgil Ortiz. I'm a huge Virgil Ortiz fan. I do too.
Fan. We love him on the show. I thought he lost his last fight. So
No, the one before that, right?
The one before that.
Yeah. But Madrimov was the last one where he did look good. Boachuk was when he got knocked down twice.
Oh, right.
So what I'm getting at is,
that's 2 tough fighters back to back for Virgil Ortiz.
But why is it okay? Why is it okay for one guy, right?
I don't know. How many times?
And Boots is getting killed.
How many times a year does this conversation go down the dark path of tribalism? Are are racists louder? Is it?
I don't even actually
fans killing Boots because he's flashy in the ring and wears what he wears, and Ortiz is more of a lunch pail guy, and they don't like that.
I just think people.
Boots is a great kid. What's not to love about Jerron? Let's be real. What's not to love about?
That's what I'm saying. I don't get it. He does. It's not like. And what's not to love about Virgil? Both guys don't.
Nothing.
They both seem very respectful, humble.
Yes, agreed.
There's a lot of humility.
Agreed.
Both fight like savages in the ring. What we want. Both go for the knockout. Both fight hard, both train hard. So to me, I don't get it. I do feel like there's a lot more hate towards Boots in general, where people want to call him a hype job. I don't know. I have no problem with Boots taking 2 fights at 54 before him and Virgil get it on.
Do you want the second fight to mean something?
I do. And I don't even know if Boots asked for a fucking tune-up.
If
that was like rumor.
If he fights Josh Kelly in October, right?
Mm-hmm.
The fight in the first quarter of 2026 has to be a top 10 guy.
Okay. And top 10 at that weight?
It's no joke.
Is a killer.
I would look, I don't know what Eddie and Aram think about each other. A lot of these guys flip-flop every other day.
Right.
There's this thing with Eddie and Oscar. It sometimes seems like wink, wink, and sometimes it seems like vitriol.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't want to jump ahead, B.
Right.
I do not want to jump ahead. If I'm Jaron Ennis, I'm salivating that Xander Zayas has at 54.
I'm just saying that Virgil Ortiz fought Frederick Lawson from Accra, Ghana, who in his next fight was stopped by Alexis Roca, and the fight after that was stopped by Giovanni Santillan at 147.
Yeah.
And he fought him at 54.
Okay.
Okay. And he was 156 pounds for that fight, if you remember.
Who was Boots' last fight? Chikadzian?
No, it was Stanionis.
Oh, when he beat him to unify and then moved up. Right.
Then he fought Thomas Delorme like 3 months later. So it was 2 first-round knockouts. Then he went and fought Boachuk. All right, so he fought 3 times in 2024. I'll give Virgil that. I'm just saying, if Boots fights 2 back-to-back guys to get used to making the weight, you know what I mean? And within 3 or 4 months, and then fights a real guy for a 3rd fight in a year, I got no problems with it. Calendar year, I got no problems with it. And I won't give him a pass past the 2, if that makes sense.
It makes complete sense. I'm giving I'm going to say 2 things.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Josh Kelly in October, no problem. Oh, a top 10 guy that either does or doesn't have a belt, but a guy, one of those motherfuckers at 54 in the second fight, and then start chasing belts. And I'm going to repeat. If Eddie tells me I can get that made, I'm salivating after watching the Xander Zayas fight, if I'm Boots Ennis. And I'm salivating if I'm Virgil Ortiz.
Okay.
Because Zayas was talking heavy with that unification stuff. And those guys are all goons.
All right. Well, okay.
The WBO have now officially ordered Alexander Usyk to defend his ring and undisputed WBA, WBC, IBF, and WBO heavyweight world titles against Joseph Parker next. Both parties have 30 days to agree to a deal, then purse bids. Riyadh Season and Sella are not interested in making the fight. So, I don't know.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Because what the fuck? What? Why? Yeah, why they do this Parker dirty like that?
I don't know, man. That's really that's you know.
He deserves it.
He deserves it.
In my opinion, Dubois stole this last fight from him. Got his ass knocked out.
Yep. Some interesting news, Brendo. The WBC have now overturned Francisco Rodriguez Jr.'s win over Galal Yafai to a no contest, reinstated Yafai as interim champion, and ordered an immediate rematch because Rodriguez tested positive for heptaminol after the fight. They have ruled that Rodriguez accidentally ingested the banned substance as he previously reported the use of an over-the-counter energy booster, which he was unaware included it. The WBC have made a request to the BBB, the British Boxing Board, right? That's what the BBB of C is. To officially recognize their decision to rule the fight a no contest and place Rodriguez under a 12-month probation period with random testing. Thoughts?
I'm reading something right now. It might be breaking.
Okay.
Francisco Rodriguez also failed doping test in December fight before Galalia 5 victory. In a December fight.
I mean,
the drug test Francisco Rodriguez failed for his June fight with Galalia 5 wasn't his first. He also failed a drug test for the bout he had before facing Yafai. This is written weird by Tom Ivers.
Does it say if it was heptaminol?
Hang on. The Texas Commission has informed Boxing Scene that Rodriguez's previous fight, an 8-rounder last December, with Josue Jesus Morales, has been changed to a no contest because of a doping violation. Wow. Boxing Scene has requested more details, but promoter Eddie Hearn, who works with Yafai, was today asked about yesterday's WBC ruling, which concluded that Rodriguez's use of a banned substance was unintentional, reinstated Yafai as the interim WBC title holder, and called for an immediate rematch between Yafai and Rodriguez. In their first meeting, Rodriguez battered Yafai en route to a wide unanimous decision win. This is wild. What the fuck is Texas telling us now?
This is wild, man. This is wild. And this is why when we get hit on Twitter, IG, KEOTBboxing@gmail.com with people fed up, then this just feeds that fire of being like, see, I thought I watched an upset. Meanwhile, the guy who upset the undefeated fighter popped hot 2 fights in a row. How am I
should have never been booked?
He shouldn't have got booked for a shot at an interim belt.
Ban him for this is why I see, man. See what the fuck I'm saying, Nakis? This is why I say ban these motherfuckers for life. Because what happens is they don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they fuck you. You took an energy drink. You know it was in it. It's your responsibility to know what you're putting in your body.
Why would you stop? You pop hot and then get booked on another continent for a nice bag. Not massive, but and a chance.
And Texas doesn't tell nobody about it?
Well, we already know about the Texas Commission. Right. Here. Friend of the show, Paul Malignaggi, told you all you needed to know about it
a long time ago.
When he fought the baby bull, beat him easily and got hosed, and then got a fashion time and beat him. Lewis Crocker will rematch Paddy Donovan for the vacant IBF welterweight world title on September 13th at Windsor Park Stadium in Belfast. So that goes from a little fight over there that we said might be a cracker to the rematch being for the fucking real full IBF welterweight belt. And if you're Brian Norman Jr. or Devin Haney, you're going after we're done with each other. I'm going the fuck after that, and then I'm gonna have another one. You know? I actually said to you, I'll bet that IBF belt is on the line for that fight. So unfortunately, it's not, because if it was, we'd be closer to having a unified guy there, because that would be for more. Because what does Norman have? The BO, and didn't he grab another one?
Yeah.
Because Boots vacated 2, and then there was Norman, and who had the other one? Barrios, right?
Yeah.
Brendo.
Yo.
Ryan Garcia and Raleigh Romero are in advanced talks for a rematch that could take place as early as December.
I saw that. Yeah. Okay.
Talk to me. Is it people know what we think about both of these guys. Was it regardless of where they stand, was it a flat performance, or does
it's flat apparently, whatever, he didn't really train, so
run
it back. I mean,
he's a head case. I say run it back because I don't care.
I don't care either. And
neither of them should be elevated to another good guy. So fight each other. Like our joke of loser leaves the sport.
And I will be a Rolly fan for that fight.
I know you will. And in our episode later this week, we have a true loser leaves the sport.
Certainly.
We'll cover in our next episode. Last bit of news before we cover this past weekend, Brendo. Yoenis Diaz, you know I'm a big fan of that guy, will defend his WBA interim super welterweight title against Abbas Barao on August 23rd on DAZN. The card also includes Yanquiel Rivera, who I fucking love and is not talked about enough because of the, the jockey divisions, versus Angelino Cordova and Brendo's guy, Steve the Dragon Claggett versus Jermaine Ortiz. How about this Claggett getting another fight?
That's him.
I'm going to tell you something, guys. Brendo has been hitting me, personally, as this is a fucking rough stretch, my friend, about the next month or so. I really like this card, not because there's any huge names on it. I think right there you could have 3 really good fights. And Yoenis Diaz is good, and Yanquiel Rivera is a gun. So if very least, Brendo, you have a card on a night with nothing competing with it, football isn't starting yet, and people can watch a couple guys who they may not have seen before or heard before.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you this, Jermaine Ortiz better steamroll this Steve the Dragon Claggett, or he's out of here. Pack him up, this Jermaine Ortiz.
Oh, yeah.
If he doesn't.
I think he's
cooked.
I think he's cooked. Yeah.
Brendo, were you able to get around to watching the Thursday night fights, the Golden Boy card?
I wasn't, but before we get into reviews, because of the time constraints of the Japanese card,
the Wednesday fights.
Yeah, real quick. Let's just talk about it real quick.
Guys, as you're listening to this, it could be on the air.
Yeah, so it'll be
Wednesday.
5:50 in the morning, Wednesday morning. Supposedly, this starts at 5:50 a.m. Wednesday morning. Please don't hold me and Vinny to these times. We do our best to figure out when these.
Our best from going on the apps themselves that have the times to telling you what we are told.
Right.
Wednesday, DAZN, Yokohama Buntai, Yokohama, Japan. Eric Rosa, 8-0, 2 KOs versus Kyosuke Takami, 9-0, 7 KOs, super flyweights. Guys, this could be a cracker.
Yeah.
Eric Rosa has 0 pop. I think Takami's going to eat his shots, throw more, be too much for him. We got Billy Betts has got to decide if he wants to get frisky on a Wednesday and text us.
Yeah.
You're waking up for work, and I'm watching these fights like a mental patient. Antonio Vargas, 19-1, 11 KOs.
I like him.
Me too. Versus Daigo Higa, who's a goon too. 21-3, 19 KOs. He really only loses to real guys. Ryosuke Nishida and Yoshiki Takei, bantamweights. This could be another fucking war.
I love bantamweight. I love that weight class.
Yes, we both do. Guys, B and I are addicts for the jockey weights. They sling them dogs. They're fighting on a higher level. Just punches and bunches. They're really good. It's not just punches and bunches, but they're sharp. They're well trained. They're conditioned. They fight more, so they're active. So they're just always ready because they have to be, because they get paid nothing. So they gotta fight 4 or 5 times a year. Main event: Kenshiro Taraji, 25-1, 16 KOs. Listen, I said it over the past month. Oscar Collazo and Kenshiro Taraji can and possibly will be back on our pound for pound list coming soon, because they're both young, and a lot of these guys that are on our pound for pound list, the new one that we just dropped, are hanging on, guys, and got 1 or 2 fights left. Even the ones who look fresh, look good, Usyk, Bud, Canelo, these guys are hanging on because
better be at 40
left. Better be at, guys. Half of our top 10 is probably not going to be
mid-30s into their 40s.
Yes. Kenshiro Taraji and Oscar Collazo keep doing what they're doing. They're in there. Ricardo Sandoval, 26-2, 18 KOs. Brendo, both of those L's could easily be wins. They were MDs. This is a nice fight. If Taraji runs through him, no puff, bro, we really, really, really have to consider where can he fit in on this top 10 when we look, Sandoval fights, loses to really good guys, but he can fight. Billy Betts, you never come in on the first episode. Is there anything for any of these? Kenshiro Taraji, Ricardo Sandoval.
Give me a minute because I had some of these.
Okay, and I'm thinking, B, because it's soon, there already might be over-unders.
Yeah. We got Kenshiro minus 425, and it's 10.5.
Okay. B, not because I think less of Sandoval. I thought they were going to show no respect, and it was going to be like,
yeah. Okay. All right.
Look, man, how can I say to Billy Betts, oh, this guy's ready to crack our top 10 pound for pound, and then not pick him? So Taraji, that over under 10 and I love that under.
Me too.
I don't like it. I love it.
Last time you told me you loved an over, it hit.
Right. Shu Shu, Bees Boy, Shu York, Carrington. As he told this Billy Betts, I don't like this, Billy. I love this. Take this. It was, for those that don't know, Shu Shu this past weekend, we're about to cover it. That over-under was 4.5. I said, Irish Billy, listen, pal, I don't like this. I love this. Now, Kenshiro Taraji stops Ricardo Sandoval in the 9th round. Sets him up downstairs, comes back up top, packs him up. And then I'm texting this Brendo and going, we got to find a place on this pound for pound list.
All right, let me see. Ricardo Sandoval. You're saying stops him in the 9th?
Taraji stops him in the 9th, which makes me apply more pressure on you for the next pound for pound list.
6-fight win streak for Sandoval. Never been stopped.
Correct.
Tough Mexican American.
Correct. 9th round, Jack.
I'm going over. Close nip and tuck. Gives Taraji hell.
Wow.
Gives Taraji hell. Taraji with a close nip and tuck victory decision.
As a fan, I'm down for either of these predictions to happen.
But we're trying to get this kid rich. Paid, baby. How do we do that?
Well, what he's going to do is, win or lose, have to take that bet into consideration because he's betting on a Wednesday, B. Right? Oof. Then our
hump day gambling.
Hump day, and B, when he's gambling on weekends, he's knocked a couple back.
This is a sober gambling?
Yes, but
who says I'm wait a minute.
He takes offense to us saying he's sober during a week.
Right. He's 5 or 6 in the morning. Isn't being up at that time almost equal to being sloshed?
No, well, I'm gonna have to put that bet in the night before on a Tuesday night.
And you might have a couple knocked back. Is that what he's trying to tell us?
Could be.
Well, I think what he's saying is, if there's gambling, if there's vices,
they go together.
They go together.
It's like peaches and cream. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
That's what I'm trying to tell you guys.
I thought you were.
All right. So I'm saying take the over. Paz is saying take the under. Paz is saying take the under by like a round and a half.
I can't talk about this guy should be in our top 10, and who are we packing up on our top 10 to get out of there?
Listen, man.
Canelo.
Sandoval, he's got like how many professional fights? He's 26-2, 28 professional.
Close to 30 fights. I'm not telling you you're wrong. That's the thing with this. I said.
Oh, he's going the distance.
Packed up at 9, Jack.
This looks like you're going to have some decisions to make, William.
Yeah, Billy Betts.
Who do you like? Who do you like better?
Good thing I don't listen to Brendan's bets. I don't got to ask 2 people.
You should listen to mine because they haven't been bad lately.
They have not.
Yeah, you know.
Not. Mushy is on a. I don't know about a run, but Mushy.
I might have to do a little A/B testing here.
Okay.
Or VB testing.
Yeah, good call for Brendo making us cover them. I would have forgotten and we would have missed it. All right, guys. Thursday night, DAZN, Fantasy Spring Resorts, Indio, California. Fabian Guzman, 7-0, 7 KOs. Oscar's pushing him versus a guy named Brian Adagi, 11-5, 7 KOs, middleweights. This Fabian Guzman is the drizzling shits. Get him off of my fucking TV.
Oof.
Leo Sanchez, 8-0, 6 KOs, trains with Murajan Akhmadalayev, MJ, one of our guys.
Yep.
Versus Abraham Valdez, 14-1, 9 KOs, 130 pounds. Leo Sanchez throws a lot of punches, fun to watch. Broke his guy down and forced the ref to jump in and stop it in the fourth. I want to see him again. Be a little bit of what you talked about of liking bantams, that style that you're just like, he's well skilled and he throws a lot. I can't see this guy not being in good fights. You know, I'm not putting the Pazzi prospects on him yet, but I can't see him being in bad fights. Caden Griffiths, 19 years old, 5 KOs versus David Lobo Ramirez, 18-5, 13 KOs, welterweights. I'm bringing him up because I killed and murdered this kid, Caden Griffiths. I went out of my way to say I saw a ton of improvement after his last fight in May. So I don't like killing someone and not saying if I saw them improve. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look, he improved enough for me to big him up. He's very rough around the edges, but he loads up on his shots. I do think he's going to be in fun fights. He packed up Lobo Ramirez with a perfect left hook to the body in the fourth. I think he'll be in fun fights. He's very young. The crowd goes crazy for him out there. I think they can do that, maybe a West Coast Vito Milnicki thing with him. You know, the crowd was going nuts and he was low in the undercard. Grant Flores, 20 years old. He's Manny Flores' little brother. 10-0, 8 KOs versus Todd Manuel. You know him, B. He's fought everyone. 23-23, literally fought everyone at 54. He winced late in the first round. As the second round started, he just quit. Gabe Rosado was killing him for quitting. I applaud Gabe Rosado for doing that. He felt Flores' power. He wanted out of there. So he said, I'm hurt. Gabe Rosado killed him. Gabe Rosado was allowed to kill him because Gabe Rosado fought everyone and never quit and was an absolute warrior. Jordan Panthan versus Farid Ngoga. I don't have nothing to say other than this Jordan Panthan was backstage shadow boxing with those shades on you had that we said you look like a real jerk off. And this guy's a real fucking hand job, this Jordan Panthan. Pack him up. I don't want to see him. Main event, Gucci Manny Flores, 20-1 versus Jorge Chavez, 14-0. This is 122 pounds, Brendo. Jorge Chavez is good, man. Despite being undefeated, he was the B-side. He laid hands on this Manny Flores. Flores had some moments late. I had it 97-93 for Jorge Chavez. One judge had it 97-93 Chavez, the way I did. And two judges had it 95-95 twice. They're bad decisions. Majority draw. That's bad scorecards. This kid Chavez got hosed. He went in there. You look like a real fucking dink. You know that? I'm trying to no-sell, and I looked up from the paper and I had to laugh because you look like a real strapper. He got hosed. I say run it back. Oscar doesn't have a problem with stuff like that, but these are bad cards. He won, and that's all I can say about that. Saturday, ESPN, the theater at MSG. This Brendo was thinking about going maybe.
You know, we went on vacation last week. I needed like a.
Well, you would have been on another one, which would have been the.
I need a couple weeks sitting in my house.
Understood.
I'm getting older, not younger. Pushing myself like I used to.
We didn't know the exact date. Well, I'm going to say I did, and I'm not going to speak for B. We did not cover it last week. We kept saying we know around midsummer the deal with Top Rank and ESPN is over. We knew it, but I never knew this was the last card going into.
You want to know what I thought? That they were going to announce.
And that's what I thought.
Didn't. I wanted to actually say something. Rest in peace, boxing on terrestrial television.
Yeah, unless they make another deal, ESPN. You worked in TV. Joe Tessitore was very upset. They all were. Mark Kriegel, Tim Bradley, I've never seen choked up. Like him or don't like him. I just haven't. You know what I mean?
He's growing on me.
He was really choked up. Everyone said, we'll see you guys soon. They were saying, we don't know if boxing's done on ESPN, but boxing with Top Rank for the time being this is the post show, guys. No one saw this on the card on actual ESPN.
Yeah.
You have to go to the little thing they call State
These
of
guys
Boxing.
all love boxing.
They do. I
So
will
Bernardo, Tess.
Yeah, they all Mark
Kriegel. Kriegel fucking loves boxing. Kriegel doesn't have to do this.
No, and he gets choked up when talking about it, and he becomes like an uncle to a lot of these kids.
Yeah.
Like Abdullah Mason, these younger fighters, he's like big bro or unk to a lot of those kids, because Kriegel's a New York guy, man. He grew up blocks from the original
8th Avenue.
Yeah, so
he grew up in like Midtown West.
Yeah, you're not talking about a guy who doesn't know what he's talking about.
In Chelsea, actually.
Yeah,
he grew up in Chelsea.
Great writer, great journalist. I like Kriegel.
Grew up.
Yeah, I just know he grew up. Is Chelsea a few blocks from the original Garden?
It's right there.
And you're right.
Yeah.
So I love when with all these streaming sites we have the undercards on, like dinner time. I love it. You get to see, prospects. This kid Juju Ballo, I think he's Arab,
okay.
Pro debut, 2-time national champion, gold at the 2021 Pan American Games versus Brandon Ayala, 2-0, 135. This kid's got fast hands, throws a lot of punches. That alone is enough to make me want to see him again, being his pro debut. Went the distance, UD, Juju Ballo. We'll see more in. Okay. Steven Navarro, 6-0, 5 KOs versus Christopher Rios, 11-2, 7 KOs. Junior Bantam. These two were slinging. Steven Navarro can fight a little bit, but there's killers at 115, 118, 122. So, we got to see him in there with real guys. And like we always say, they got to fight each other. None of those guys duck each other because they can't.
Yeah.
Jan Santana, 14-0, 12 KOs versus Aaron Alameda, 30-0, 17 KOs. Only lost to Luis Neri and Angelo Leo. Never been stopped. NABO featherweight title. Guys, as we tell you, these titles, NABO, NABF, they can get you a title shot. Look, Santana is really good. 2 fights ago, I said he was on the verge of being a Pazzi prospect. It is now official. Stamp Jan Santana, Pazzi prospect. It was a lopsided win. When he got hit, he ate it and smiled. He's got an iron chin. Now he's got a regional title, big with that NABO thing. Let's get him in there. At featherweight, there's good guys there. Do you have that? Did you ever print the one out of the guys there?
Yeah,
I sent it to you and said, yo, B, this is in it. So I'm just thinking, who is it featherweight that Jan Santana can fight? Because I have one paper in my right hand. The other one's like over here on my left. Why, Brendo, look, we make these jokes about how do you know you're getting old? Remember we talked about seeing Tim Raines Jr. playing ball?
Yeah.
Juanma Lopez, son. Juanmita Lopez.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I was looking for, B? That body beard.
Yep.
It did not rear its ugly head yet.
No.
He looked good. This kid can fight a little bit. His father was if his father wasn't getting chinned, he was really good.
Yeah.
Watch anytime Juanma didn't get chinned, he could fight.
Knock you the fuck out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And so you at one point you were like, someone's getting parked. Before you knew his chin was trash, you were like, you know what I mean? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Guy out. Then when you said this guy is chinny, you were going, well, someone's going to bed. So I love that. Those fights. All of his father's losses were by getting parked. That's always fun.
Badly.
Yes. Terry Norris, Julian Jackson-esque. He hits like a monster, and
it was Orlando. Was it Orlando Salido? Knocked him out?
Yes, cold.
Yeah.
Cold.
That was the whole marination thing with him and Yuriorkis Gamboa.
Yep. Got touched up a lot, those guys on their way for marinating big fights. They're winning them. And then you're going, you gotta hit a little bit.
Right.
So when he does get that fight, he might get chinned. Rohan Polanco, 16-0, 10 KOs, 2020 Olympian versus Quentin Randall, 15-2. This is for a WBO Intercontinental title. Guys, again, please understand, B and I don't consider these real belts, but they put you in position to fight for one or a ranking. Top 15, maybe. This is for a top 10. Another Pazzi prospect in Rohan Polanco. Quentin Randall is a pure boxer. Those tricky guys always frustrate punches. So you need to be able to cut off the ring, B. You know, touch them, slow them down.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do when you got heavy hands and a guy's boxing you. They can make you look bad. There's ways to look at this. You can go, I wish you would have got him out of there. You weren't texting me live. I was wondering if you were going to kill him because he's a Pazzi prospect.
No.
For me, 10 good rounds for Rohan Polanco that will help him.
I'm fine with
forward.
it.
You can't spark everyone out.
No, and the promotion did a good job with him. I don't know if you saw it. They had him at Citi Field.
I did. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, you've always bigged up Top Rank for getting these guys booked for those type of things. Yo, let's get him in Queens. He's Dominican.
Right.
It's mad Dominicans here in Washington Heights and New York in general. But
watching baseball.
Yes, the East Coast.
Watching and they have Marte is on the Mets.
Right.
He's Dominican.
Who is a huge.
Yeah, so they brought him over there. Yeah.
Brilliant stuff from Top Rank. They've always done it. You can't buy that kind of publicity, guys, because we only cover ourselves in the sport. And that gets them to say, oh, Rohan Polanco. And people, I don't know who that guy is. I'll check him out. Exactly. He's fighting this weekend.
Yeah.
B, lastly, you look at someone like Berlanga and you see what piling up a bunch of early knockouts gets you against no-hopers.
Right.
A guy that can box like Quentin Randall with a good record of 15-2 and a sturdy chin. You need those rounds sometimes,
you need it.
B.
I got no problem
I'm
with
not mad with it. I don't. Guys, if you watched it and you go, why is he a Pazzi prospect? I didn't see it. No, he did some good things in there. You can't knock everybody out.
Correct.
We've said it with Boots when he didn't get certain guys out of there, and you go, oh, you can't punch and da da da. Some guys got iron chin, guys, and you got to have plan B, C, and D. Emiliano Vargas, 14-0, 12 KOs versus Alexander Espinosa, 20-3. That's a good record. 104 pounds. Destructive first round KO from Vargas. Guys, Brendan and I call these Sports Center top 10 highlights knockouts, where the non-boxing people put this on their shows. Short-circuited
right hand over the top.
Right hand over the top on the button. Espinosa was short-circuited. Brendo. That's how you take advantage of a TV spot. We have
this kid gets it. Then he sits ringside
with his attractive girl in a suit. The bouffant is fucking glorious.
He's handsome.
Handsome kid. Cut a promo. Bilingual. You want to talk about?
They're steering him the right way.
Talk also, about a star, B. In theory.
If you notice, and again, you're a guy with a lot of them. His brothers are all tatted up from the research I've done. It is intentional.
Intentionally
that he has none. That his father was like, once you win a world title, I can't tell you what to do, because it's cultural, like from our generation down.
Yes.
Tattoos are like it's a thing now.
Yeah.
People have tattoos. There's no longer
like squares have tattoos. It was once a draw a line in the sand, us and them.
Right.
You know
so
what I mean?
His brothers are covered in tattoos. And he wanted to follow like his brothers, and get tattoos. And the Fernando, was like, nah, we're not doing that. Your brother's fine.
Two things have become normalized culturally for young people: murders and being covered in tattoos. No, I mean just being like, oh, someone got boomed. Whereas you'd be like, yo, what is happening? New York and Philly is in a state of emergency right now.
Right.
And I mean these things that used to be considered taboo or story worthy. If you had a bro, remember Harley Race had a tattoo on his forearm? Do you know how crazy you had to be to have a tattoo when Harley Race had a tattoo?
Yeah, it was bikers and sailors.
A gang member, biker,
or you were in the Navy.
Or you were in the Navy or something. That's all. A criminal or Navy. That's what you were if you had tattoos from that era. Look, B, he has not been stamped. I want to propose a question to you. The first time in 150, how many episodes? 4 or 5?
4.
In 154 episodes, I've never asked you, Should he be stamped now as a Pazzi prospect? Because he has not been yet, Emiliano.
Not yet. Not yet.
I wasn't ready to, but I was
soon.
willing to let you.
He's good.
A 20-3 guy that's short-circuited that they thought was going to give him a rounds just got fucking tacked up. He does this again to a similar type guy, a guy that's 25-2 and never been stopped. And the guy's short-circuited. You got to start thinking of making him that. Everything you could want as a promoter, this kid has. We just don't know if he has the goods in between the ropes yet.
Let's see.
We'll see. He's on the verge, but he's not there yet of being a Pazzi prospect.
Okay. The only thing I'll say is Alexander Espinoza was 20-3.
Correct.
Okay? But he's ranked somewhere around 300th in the division. He's from Ecuador, so I don't know, who he racked up
20 wins against.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So you got to take all these things, guys, out there into consideration. It's not to say like, oh, who's this guy from such and such country? He's a nobody. No. It's when you go and look at the record
of the records of the guys who he
right,
fought.
And it could easily be an American guy. Vinny and I point this out.
Minnesota, Milwaukee.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Places without a rich boxing history in that region.
Yeah.
You're just not gonna have the regional come up fights that are highly competitive, like a Southern.
Yeah, this guy has 20 fights in Ecuador against cab drivers and 3 in other places, and they're the 3 he lost.
Well, right, and you're the Minnesota Golden Gloves champion is not the same as the California Golden Gloves champion, and I say that because the majority of really good fighters are coming out of Southern California.
Absolutely, New York Golden Gloves is not the same as being South Carolina Golden Glove. It's not. It's nice to say when you're at a bar to a chick, no problem, but you're not.
Or like we talk about,
we wild card. You're not in Philly.
Or like we talk about states that are sort of fly to the right, like Ohio.
Right.
Killers come out of Ohio.
Yeah, there's 10 people there, and there were 7 champs. You go, what the fuck? Yeah, Accra, Ghana.
Right.
There's 3,000 people in Accra, and Ike Bazooka Corte, the Clotties, Zuma Nelson. You go, what the fuck is going on?
Real guy. Obakar is from Ghana. Yeah,
I think so.
Right? Or am I wrong?
No, not Obakar. You're thinking of the guy with the same amount of syllables in their name. It's just like that.
Okay, where's Obakar from?
He's American. Like from Detroit.
Oh, yeah. I take that back. Sorry.
I know exactly who you're thinking of. Bald head dude.
Yeah.
Are you talking about who? Ben Tacky.
Ben Tacky. That's
yeah.
Thinking
like
of sorry.
Like these guys are all
my
tough.
bad. Sorry, Obakar.
No, you go. How is this possible? A good friend of mine who's been on my records. You're familiar with him, Brendan. Recognize Ali.
Yeah.
Did you know he's from Accra, Ghana, and has no accent when he raps? Because that's how he learned English through rap. So he rhymes and talks without an accent through studying.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
So he's what, a win or 2 away against a fringe guy where we go, maybe he's the real deal. I want to say something, B, before we go to Shu Shu Carrington. There is an argument to be made that the Vargas's father, El Feroz, was thrown to the wolves very early.
Mm-hmm.
So I have no problem with the movement of the Vargas kids because that fear is deeply embedded in them. And Nando was in there at what, 21 with a prime Felix Trinidad?
This age.
A prime De La Hoya? A prime Bazooka Corte?
The boxing world is different now.
A prime Winky Wright? I'm just saying, you can say that can be an argument. He was in there too early with killers. I'm not saying I agree or disagree. I'm just saying that's out there. He was 21 years old fighting people like that.
Right.
Shu Shu Carrington, 15-0, 9 KOs versus Mateus Heta, 14-0, 9 KOs, WBC interim featherweight title. Started off with a good fast jab from Shu Shu. The over-under on this was 4.5. I told this Billy Betts, this over's a lock. Heta was looking to fire that right hand over the top of that jab. He cracked Shu Shu with it a few times. there was little parts where I said, "Oh, Shu Shu's sharp. This is the sharpest I've seen him since the Jason Sanchez fight in 2023." But that kill switch we talk about, Brendan, off air and on air, who has it and who doesn't? Who is okay going the distance with a guy that's not on his level and who's not? That worries me. Also, let's just make a note for the future, B-man. All right, this is a future thing. He needs to keep that left hand up, B.
Yeah, he gets...
When Mateus Hayta fired that right hand, it landed.
Sure.
Now, guys, Brendo just explained to you or asked you a question. Who is Alexander Espinosa and who did he win 20 fights against? Well, who is Mateus Hayta? Why was he 14-0 with 9 KOs? Who did he fight to get here? I think he's from Nigeria. I think.
Yeah.
Were they all there? Who were the guys he fought there? Talk to me about, look, we both like Shu Shu as a human
Namibia.
being. Okay. He called out Cool Boy Steph. I don't think Cool Boy Steph, as we reported and then pontificated on, going to 130. I don't think he is, and I think we got bad info. I think we got bad info, or he said something fleeting and didn't mean it. But he is not going to 130, and they're already going at it on Twitter.
He's not fighting.
No.
The hell's his name?
Yeah, we said he could beat him, O'Shaquie Foster.
That was widely covered.
That all fell apart.
It fell apart 100%?
Yeah, let me look now.
I mean, if you Google O'Shaquie Foster,
I'm covering it. You
okay.
Talk to me about Shu Shu, his performance, how you think about.
Okay, I just looked up Hayta. He's never fought outside of Namibia. I don't know where the fuck they found him at. Okay. That's strange to bring him in for an interim title, right?
Yes.
So Hayta got an interim title shot, WBC. never fighting out of, man, Top Rank really finds guys all over the place. It's not really a guy you can watch film on. It's not really a guy you can prepare for. It's like, just go out there and get the fucking W. Almost like Karen Chukadzian for Boots Ennis.
Yep.
Where it's like, all right, we don't know much about this guy, although Chukadzian had a much higher profile, but still, it's, do what you got to do, get the W, move on. Carrington, they got to make another fight for in 3 months, get him on a card. Okay, Bruce, I don't love the whole Shu York thing. The novelty of the prospect for me, what have you done for me lately? It's wearing off. It's wearing
exactly
thin.
Where I'm at. Do you think I'm on to anything about the kill switch?
Kill switch.
This guy
I've seen him destroy guys and knock them out and go for the kill. I don't think he knew how to handle Hayta. I can go back to the fight I'm talking about.
Is it just the style? Is it just the style of a Hayta? It's unorthodox. It's herky jerky.
Yeah, and it's weird. Like, you trying to get a guy's timing down who fights like no one you've sparred with and you can't prepare for.
Whose timing is weird. And those right hands might have hurt. He might have said, "Ooh, I don't want to get hit by that again."
Yeah.
It's not Julian Jackson hitting me, but I certainly don't like it.
Right. So, Shu Shu arguably lost to Suleiman Sagawa. He comes back. That guy, Enrique Vivas, he beat the hell out of, I believe he knocked that one guy out, Brian De Garcia, really badly. Maybe it was the fight before that. And Bernard Torres. Shu Shu will put hands on somebody. He'll knock you the fuck out. I don't think he has a problem doing that.
R.I.P. Ryan Sandberg breaking from Brendo.
Yeah. Yeah. Ryan Sandberg passed away, guys. Sad. All-time great baseball player, lifelong Cubbies.
Rhino.
That he was like a great 8-year run when we were kids.
Oh, he was a gun.
Mid 80s to early 90s.
Played for the Phils for a quick second. Remember that?
Started his. Did he start or end his career at the Phillies? He started.
I want to say 81. He was at the Phils the year after we won.
Okay.
He was like our pick.
Okay. Yeah, you got it. 81. And he was the manager of the Phillies.
Yes.
All right. So
he's beloved here.
Unreal. I don't know the cause of death. In terms of Shu Shu, this didn't tell me much, this fight. All it did for me was perpetuate my skepticism of Bruce Carrington. Am I grading him on too high of a curve? Maybe. It being that the kid gets high-profile fights in New York on big top-rank ESPN cards, I should be grading him this highly because Top Rank is telling me, ESPN has been telling me that he's Shu York. He's taking over.
That's why you're correct in answering your own question. That are you grading him? No, you're grading him fairly because of what we've been fed.
Right, because what they're packaging and selling to us.
I know they have nothing to do with each other. A lot of what we talk with Tank. Don't talk. Why isn't he in your pound for pound and da da da? No. We know Tank is good. He might be great, and we just never see it. But he's not shown it.
I don't know if Shu Shu is great. I know he's good. I don't know if he's great. I think it's a perfect fight if they can make Shu Shu and Cool Boy.
Cool Boy Steph gives him a fucking boxing lesson and we don't see him again.
And I would say, so that's what I was, okay. I'm not, you didn't have, I don't have to say anything anymore.
Why?
Because that's what I was going to say. I was going to say it's a perfect fight for them to make. I think that it's if they want to make that fight and Shu Shu wants that fight.
I don't think Shu Shu wants that fight. I think he's smarter than that. I also would like to say, Mr. Lone, neither Oshaki Foster or Scooter have anything on either of their ledgers.
Okay.
So all of that nonsense we were hearing fell apart, which would lead me to believe it's a PBC thing.
Okay.
I have, before we do Xander Zayas, no puff, and get out of here for this episode.
Yeah, we got to
Eddie. Yeah. Eddie Hearn discussing that Rodriguez failed test. Okay, can I play that for you real quick?
Yeah.
If we wait till next week, we want to keep things fresh. Tell me if you can hear it because this mic sometimes doesn't like that.
Last night that he also failed a drugs test in his last fight, and that was ruled a no contest as well. Because I was sadly scrolling through BoxRec, just looking at Francisco Rodriguez, and I noticed that his fight before Galaya fight was a no contest. I spoke to the Texas Commission; they confirmed he failed a drugs test for that fight. I spoke to Mauricio Suleiman last night. He said he didn't know anything about it. I believe him, but let's just look at this, guys. He's failed back-to-back drug tests on the night. And he's gone 12 rounds with Galaya Fai in a fight that physically damaged Galaya Fai. In 2 weeks, to just rule that it was accidental, he can just come back and have a rematch is so bizarre. I mean, I've been through that process with Conor Benn. It took 2 years to get a decision. And also, I believe fighters should get the opportunity to explain themselves. But I don't believe that can happen without a B sample in a 2-week time period. And you can just say, yeah, no problem, let's just run it back. So I think now with the news coming out from Texas Commission as well, this could change everything. I believe Galaya Fai should be installed as a mandatory challenger. Sorry? It's down to Galaya Fai. Oh, and to make it even worse.
So that's Eddie on that. I would like to say, go ahead, Brendan.
This is even more bizarre because, okay, someone who's involved in promoting, someone who's involved in staging fights, if you could write into keotbboxing@gmail.com, I don't know if you guys are out there that listen to the show that actually work in the boxing business. How the fuck does the promoter not know this guy's passed or failed tests? If he says, I'm scrolling BoxRec and I noticed it was a no contest, shouldn't Eddie have known that before he booked him? Shouldn't anybody on any of these teams have known that? Or did it just come out? I mean, we obviously read that it leaves me more questions than gives me more answers.
This is odd, man. I just, look, I know this is strange to say, like, but, and it doesn't matter what happens in the fight, but Galaya 5 took a fucking beating, which to me,
especially over the course of the last 3 rounds.
Yes. And I know that it doesn't matter what happened in there. If you cheated, you cheated, you cheated. It doesn't matter. Win, lose, or draw, you popped hot and you're a cheat. But when you do someone dirty like that, or like the Luis Resto fight with Billy, it just hurts more, you know,
sure,
as a fan and as the person.
Right.
You know, I mean, look at how Cotto was getting hit with those shots. You know, whether or not his hands were loaded then, I don't know.
It changed his whole career.
It did. Okay.
I'd never seen anybody's face break apart like that, so I'm leaning towards. Yeah. And of course, I always point to the Kermit Citron fight before that.
Yeah.
Putting a Pennsylvania state champion wrestler.
Yeah.
By the way, if you're a high school Pennsylvania state champion wrestler and a boxer,
yeah,
you're a certified motherfucking tough guy, and you're already from Reading, PA.
Right.
But you're already a certified fucking tough guy coming out of that town.
Yes, of course.
You know what I mean? So I'm sorry. You put a guy who it changed the trajectory of his career too.
Yeah.
So with that said, a guy who fought tough on Saturday, who you and I questioned, Xander Zayas.
Yes.
Against Jorge Garcia Perez.
33-4, 26 KOs, upset our guy.
With a almost impossible style to prepare for another guy. What an awkward weirdo. The way this guy fights.
At certain points, you think he's about to die.
Right. And then he just puts immense pressure on Zayas the entire fight. And Zayas fought the fight you need to fight. The questions I had about Zayas were answered. In terms of why is he throwing looping, flashy punches, which I hated. He looks like he tightened that up. A lot of the punches were straight 1-2s. Really good right hand. Really good jab cross. I see what people are talking about. His feet were great. This guy, Jorge Perez, is a sociopath with boxing gloves on. He just... Those guys with that weird style, and he like throws those strange right hands with his elbow sort of cocked all funny. You know what I mean? And
I do.
And they kind of come out of nowhere. He almost throws like over the shoulder.
He fights like the kid who fought the one Charlo to a draw, the Mexican kid. Or is he not Mexican? They had that draw. I thought
Castano,
he won.
Brian Castano. It's Argentinian.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah, like what the fuck do you do with that?
I don't know.
You do what Xander Zayas did. And you box and you wrap him up when you can. You know what I mean? To neutralize him. The 1-2 was really nice. The jab he was snapping his head back with good thudding, the power jab.
Yep.
That is a good Puerto Rican trait. That jab.
Miguel Cotto threw that power jab. Beautiful. It was almost a power punch. Completely disrupts your rhythm. Not that this guy had any.
Tito's jab was a jackhammer.
Jackhammer. Look, Jorge Garcia beat a very good Charles Conwell to get this title shot.
Yep.
Xander Zayas beat Garcia easily to become WBO junior middleweight champion. Those are the facts. Here's my question to you, Big.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Can those...
it's such a buzzsaw division.
Can those things be true, but still leave you questioning whether or not he's capable of dealing with these?
Well, he's 20. He's a 22-year-old kid, right?
But no, all the things you said, I agree with all of them. It's why I didn't cut you off. It's this guy's difficult. He looked good. He shut him out on my scorecard. You know, all of those things.
I gave Garcia 2 rounds.
Okay. And I'm going, I don't know about Mortalizayev, or I don't know about.
Oh, by the way, I did hear through the grapevine that there has been tons of money thrown around to fight Mortalizayev for anybody at 54, and no one wants it.
I wouldn't.
No one wants it with that guy.
What news was last week that they were going to make a fight with him and who? Remember? I said, this guy's finally going to fight. And it looked like he was going to fight someone. I said, all right, is that falling apart already?
I think it's falling apart, yeah. So I with Zayas, I think we are watching them, you know, the clay start to of the statue, you know, the sculpture is almost complete. He's good.
But answer this. Were you running through your mind? You're at home with the lovely ladies. Are you going, this fucking division is full of mental patients, and I wonder how he'll do? Or no, you're just looking at him?
No, I'm just trying to look at him and see the improvement fight to fight.
Brendo, the belt that Bud beat Madrimov for, they still have him as champion. They got to get that out of here.
Yeah.
It's done. The fight's made at 68. If I know he's not, Brendan. If Bud was to come back to 54, it wouldn't be for another year from now. So that's that. So you can't tie that belt up, but he's listed as the champion, Brendan.
Right.
Look, I know Bud is here, but he's really not here. Xander Zayas is not fighting Bud Crawford, guys. Virgil Ortiz, Israel Madrimov, Bakram Mortalizayev, Fundora, Sergey Boachuk, Tim Zhu, who B thinks is done. Erickson Lubin. Oh, wasn't it Mortalizayev, Erickson Lubin?
Yes, yeah.
So we don't know there if that's already done. Jesus Ramos, who's good. Did you listen to all those names? All of those guys are good.
I'm looking right at it.
All of those guys are good.
I'm curious with this ESPN Top Rank deal falling apart. Who does Top Rank align with to make easy, comfortable fights?
You tell me. Who is Bob in his brain most willing to deal with? Oscar? Then you have Virgil Ortiz. Both young, one Mexican, one Boricua, the oldest in the sport. You'd have to go back to Paisans fighting Irish people or Paisans fighting black guys from the city. Italians and black guys both from the city fighting each other, like Ray Robinson, LaMotta. Either those wars of city kids, black and Italian.
I'm really having trouble with my matchmaker hat on, where to put what makes sense, where to put Xander Zayas.
I'll tell you where I don't. Anywhere near that mental patient Mortalizayev.
No, I don't think we'll see that. Okay, so Connor Ben is tied up with Eubank Jr. because he's listed here.
I don't know that he is. You and I have trouble believing all of that shit.
I mean, we can't see him fight like has he already fought him? Let me see.
He called out Fundora. Fundora will lay hands on that boy.
But I think he lays hands on Fundora too. Now, can they make that fucking fight? Because Fundora is a PBC guy.
You're bringing up really important questions with this deal being done. Is
so look,
Bob
dude,
now more willing to work with blank because they don't have ESPN money right now? We know they're going to land somewhere. Or are they going to do what you said, B, Top Rank app? Or are they going to do a la carte? I'll bring this fight I'll give DAZN 4 fights this year. I'll give you 4 Friday night fights. I'll give you 4 main event my good guys. And I'll give you 4 small shows, club shows.
My prediction is we see him against the PBC guy, either Jesus Ramos or Fundora. If they make the Fundora fight.
If they believe what everyone believes, but me and you, And I'm the one who was selling you on Xander Zayas 2 years ago when you were iffy. If everyone believes this, meaning some of our friends that are in the sport, and I mean former fighters, trainers, commentators, real people that think he's special, right? Have you talked to any of those people post him winning?
Everyone was yelling at me and throwing it in my face. Like, so do you believe now what we've been telling you?
So they better be ready to make this Fundora fight next then. According to them.
They're all saying he should fight Fundora, unify, he can beat him.
Then make that fight. I
always have to do this with this sport and go, is this possible?
You think Tim Tszyu done? Tim Tszyu was definitely done for a while. I don't know that he beats any name that I said.
You know what, though? It's also what makes it interesting, though.
Virgil Ortiz, it's happening Saturday and they're fighting. I pick Virgil Ortiz. It's happening Saturday, Israel Madrimov. I pick Madrimov. It's happening Saturday, Mortalazayev. I pick Mortalazayev. Same with Fundora. I'm picking Fundora. Boachuk, picking Boachuk. Erickson Lubin and Jesus Ramos, really good fights.
I say Fundora, Ramos, and Lubin are all pick'ems, and then the champions you named, I think, beat him. Fair?
Fair.
Okay.
But according to these people in the know, we don't know shit and they know everything. I want Fundora next.
I do too.
I'm taking off my matchmaker fight and going along with people that know better than me.
It's funny. Everyone wants this kid in there with everybody because we've all been hearing about him.
I'm keeping him far the fuck away from these mental patients at 54. We're 22 years old.
But do you agree with me? He looked much better in this fight with the straight punches.
He straightened up his shots. This guy's awkward to fight. This guy also just beat a really good guy who we thought was championship level and may still be. Now you look at that and go, wait, what happened? Is Xander Zayas great? Or was that a lucky win? Or is Charles Conwell not as good as we thought? Or is it, well, beating this guy doesn't mean being this guy? Ken Norton won this fight, but Ken Norton got packed up here.
Yeah, right. The triangle theory doesn't always apply.
The triangle theory does not work.
Right. All right. So we need to see Zayas. I'm not 100%. I think it's a pick'em for a few fights. I think he beats really good guys in the division. I don't know if he beats the other belt holders in the division. My questions, some of my questions are answered, but again, a 22-year-old guy with the modern era of boxing and how it's run, we don't really start to see guys peak in prime till they're 20. I mean, Shu Shu's 27.
I'd like to say that I really...
Zayas is 22 fighting for...
He's the youngest champion in the sport, and the next closest is Brian Norman. Look, I just want to say, because I think we don't like people on this show, we bury them. I want to say I really like Xander Zayas. I think he's a great kid from a great family. I want him to do amazingly well. Your wife's half Puerto Rican. We both have tons of Puerto Rican friends. We know both of our friends and family. We bust their balls all the time about the Boricua fighters. So I love busting their balls. I have nothing to bust their balls with. I told them about Zayas. I told them about Oscar Collazo. I told them, yo, forget about this guy Berlanga, what they're trying to hype him as. These are the real guys over here. I love this kid. He's a sweetheart. I want good things for him. Whereas normally, when I see someone as being a hype job, which I'm not calling him, by the way, because
you're not.
I'm not. But what I'm saying is, I want him to be better than I think.
I finally saw what everyone was talking about on Saturday.
I still didn't. But he's 22. He's improving. He's a baby in the sport. You said modern boxing. There's also, you can get better at a faster rate with modern training techniques. Sparring, the ability to get to that sparring when you're a star. And
he looked better. He looked markedly better than he did in his previous fight, and that's a big deal for me.
You said a lot of things about Emiliano Vargas. We have to obviously apply them to him. He's a good-looking kid. He's polite. He's well-dressed. That bouffant was glorious. He was in a suit. His English isn't good. His English is perfect. He's from
Oxnard.
You can say no. I mean,
Zayas. Well, he came here when he was 12.
13. But I'm saying
Right.
There's barely an accent. His Spanish is clearly perfect because he was there for 13 years.
He sounds like a fucking kid from Florida.
Yeah, they go nuts for him at the Garden. They absolutely everything to be a star. Bob Arum has in Xander Zayas and Emiliano Vargas. With that, we're gonna wrap up, guys, and we'll see you later in the week. B, tell everybody where they can find you.
At _no_that_kid on IG, at the Killer B24 on Twitter. Write us at kotbboxing@gmail.com. Find us at kotbboxing on IG, KOTB podcast on the YouTubes, and please run those YouTubes up. Billy takes a long time posting them and editing them, and he gets really upset when the numbers don't increase, and he then abuses Paz and myself.
Hateful.
He puts us on a conference call.
Yes.
And he goes, the numbers are shit.
It's true.
And it makes us feel bad, and it makes him feel good. So we don't like hearing him feel good. So please run those numbers up. And guys, like, review, rate, do what you got to do. I just don't want the abuse from Billy anymore.
I don't either.
Paz, where do they find you?
Bob just my phone. I hit the wrong button, and Bob's drunk talking about Pacquiao somewhere. Vinnie Paz, that's my name. Being a rapper, that's my game. Perfect Enemy video is out now. Please go run that up. Like B said, like, comment on there. That helps the algorithm, not just for Knock 'em Out the Box, but for music and stuff. The more you like it and write in the comments on the YouTube joints, the more it gets into other people's algorithm on the hip hop shit. Perfect Enemy video out now. My new record, God Sent Vengeance, everywhere on streaming. Go run that up. If you're more into physical product, you go to jmtstore.com. Get a KEOTB t-shirt while you're there. There's vinyl, there's CDs, there's cassettes, hoodies, jackets, all of that. Box Cutter Pazzi on Instagram, at Vinny_Paz on Twitter, and write to us at KEOTBboxing@gmail.com. Billy, say goodnight.
Good night, Billy.